Hi there, this is Tammy with Tammy's Stamping Therapy. Today I'm going to show you how to make this cool gift bag with one sheet of 12 by 12 designer series paper. I use these to hold greeting cards when I want to give them as a gift, or you can use it for really anything. It's just a nice little gift bag. This one is made with the Magnolia Lane designer series paper, and it would make a nice birthday gift bag since I put happy birthday on there. So let's get started. The one I'm going to make today is using the Brightly Gleaming designer series paper, and the first thing I'm going to do is score the paper using my scoreboard, my Simply Scored. The paper needs to be scored at 1/2, 5, 7, and 11.5. I'm going to do the 5 and 7 first, and then I'm going to flip it to do the 1/2 inch on each end because I'm folding these different directions and it just works better in my opinion. And then on the other side I'm going to score it at 3 and 9. I'm scoring this using Stampin' Up's Simply Scored scoring board, and they're fairly new. Take your pick tool. This tool has the little gummy thing on one end for picking up gems and things. It has 2 different sizes of scoring tips that you can use, and then it also has another tip that can go in here. That one side is a paper piercer and the other side is a really cool little spatula. This is one of my favorite tools. So let's set this aside, and the first thing I'm going to do is score my 1/2 inch ends in and burnish them using my bone folder. Hope you can see all this. My setup is a little weird today, so I'm going to do my best to stay in the frame. Then I'm going to fold and burnish on the 5 and 7 inch marks, and then I'm going to turn it and do the same on the 3 and 9 inch score lines. Okay, so now I have this all scored. It's probably kind of busy and hard to see because this is busy paper, but I wanted to use a Christmas paper, so that's why I'm using this paper. Now the next thing I'm going to do is fold over my 1/2 inch and adhere it down. I use the Stampin' Up Fast Fuse, which I absolutely love. I'm sad that it's no longer available, but I had a friend who gifted me a bunch of refills, so I'm good for a little while. So that's that. And then we're going to do kind of a tricky kind of a fold. We're going to fold this, burnish again because of folding down this 1/2 inch. And this is going to be kind of hard to see. I had to watch this like 14 times the first time I saw it. So I have this folded down. Here's my score line right here. And what I want to do is take this score line and bring it to this score line to make the sides of my bag. I folded that in, and then I'm going to crease it with my bone folder. So I took this score right here, pulled it over, and then creased it. Sometimes you can stick something in there. Some paper is harder to do this with than others. And I'm going to do this on the other 3 sides. This bag actually, if you leave out one of the steps I'm going to show you, this bag can fold flat until you're ready to use it. So there we have it all scored. And it's in a couple of steps when you'll see how it can fold flat. I'm going to fix this. That's not lined up quite right. I don't want them to hang over. Okay. And the next thing I'm going to do before I attach this down, I'm going to make my handles. And to make my handles, I have a piece of Night of Navy cardstock that's 1/2 inch by 11 inches. It's the full length. And I'm going to curl it so that it will make a a rounded handle without fighting with me. So I curled both of those. And I'm going to, almost forgot a step. I'm going to make a mark in here where I want my handle to go. So I'm going in 1 inch and I'm going down a 1/2 inch. And I'm doing this on all 4 sides. That's so I can make sure my handle is even on both sides. And this is going to be inside, covered up, so it does not matter that I'm writing on it. This is not my design. I found this on YouTube years and years ago when I wanted to make a gift bag using one sheet, a full sheet of 12 by 12 designer paper. So the next thing I'm going to do is put adhesive here and here. And I'm going to take one piece of my Night of Navy cardstock and I'm going to put it, I'm using this for the outer edge and this for the bottom. So I'm going to put it right here. And then I'm going to fold this down and I'm going to burnish it. And then I'm going to do the same thing to the other side because I already have tape on it. So I'm going to stick this right here. And burnish this. Now I'm going to put adhesive on the opposite side and do the same thing to make the handles of my bag. And you want to keep this all going the same direction for your handles to work right. So if you can see how I have this kind of straight, I'm going to flip it so that it's a continuous curve without actually twisting the cardstock, which is kind of hard to describe. But you don't want to twist it or flip it because then your cardstock handle won't look right. So I'm sticking that down there and I'm doing the same thing over here on this side. Sticking that down. Then I'm going to close this up and burnish it. And this bag I've made many different ways, many different times. If you stop right here, this bag folds up flat, or folds down flat for storage until you're ready to use it. So you can make a bunch of these ahead of time and keep them put away. And then when you go like this, see your score lines here make this, see this mouth? That's kind of fun. Go like this is how you get your bag. And if you wanted to leave them flat, one thing that I've done with this bag is I've made a flap that goes over with Velcro or a magnet here. But that's not what I'm going to do this time. I'm actually going to seal it up into a bag. I didn't measure very well. Can you see my handles or not? I did something wrong when I put my handles on, but that's okay. So I'm going to put, the way this mouth opens, I'm going to put adhesive here and here on all 4 sides. Oops, not there. Here, 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 and here. And I get all this one. Okay, and then I'm going to fold my bag up and stick things down. And you can't really see this very well, but I'm going to put the bone folder inside there and burnish so my adhesive will stick. Can't believe I did that to the handle. That is so funky. Guess I wasn't looking at my pencil marks very well, or I put it on the wrong side of the pencil mark. Something. See, there's the bag. And now I'm going to embellish it. I have already punched out an ornament using our Gleaming Ornaments punch pack that goes with the paper. And I've used the hammered metal embossing folder, isn't that fun, with copper foil paper. I have punched Night of Navy with the Starburst punch. I've stamped from the Itty Bitty Christmas on very vanilla thick cardstock and then punched it out with the classic label punch. And I'm going to layer this up to put on my bag. So I'm going to put the ornament on there. Put this on here. I'm going to use a little bit of the mono multi-adhesive to attach this to the bag. Make sure it sticks down nicely. I'm going to put this sentiment on there using a little bit of my Stampin' Dimensionals. Then I'm going to add the Christmas cheer right here. And the last thing I need to do to make this complete is using this 1/2" classic weave ribbon. Isn't this cool ribbon? It says Merry Christmas in a couple of different fonts. I'm going to tie a bow. And when I tie the bow, I'm going to twist it so that both loops have printing on them. That's one thing about ribbon that's single-sided. It's a little bit more complicated when you go to tie a bow. I'm going to trim it. The ribbon is nice. You get, how much? You get 10 yards of ribbon, of this classic weave ribbon. So that's very nice. And then I'm going to attach this with glue dots. I always put a couple on there to give it more sticking room. And I'm going to put this right at the top of my ornament. There. So the bag is all done. Bummer. And I think these will all fit in there. I have 12 greeting cards. This is the way I like to give greeting cards. It's a fun way to package them. And I will have a gift already the next time I need one for a friend. What I actually would probably do with this one, because it says Christmas cheer, I would probably put Christmas cards in there and give somebody 12 Christmas cards that way. But they fit in there perfect, the 12 cards. And you have this nice little bag. Isn't that a lot of fun? And this is using the Brightly Gleaming suite out of the holiday catalog. That's what all these products are from, except for these 2 punches and this one stamp. So I hope you liked this. I had something else I was going to say and I forgot what it was. So I hope you liked this. Let me know if you have any questions and have a great day. Thank you.